Welcome to Gene's Reviews, where I basically do whatever the hell I want. Hello everybody, how you all doing? I hope you're doing good. It's Friday now, so that's good. The weekend. But today we're going to check one out from That Is Impossible. How about some Mandela effect videos and mysterious glitch videos that are creeping people out? So let's check it out. I love this kind of stuff. Anything to do with the Mandela effect, the Bernstein Bears, the Berenstein Bears, all that stuff. I love it. Let's check it out.
If you've ever watched Star Wars, you probably remember Darth Vader saying, "Luke, I'm your father."
He said no,
but apparently he never did.
Father.
A lot of people also remember the Berenstein Bears book with an E, but apparently it never was. And even ChatGPT remembers Evan Longoria being interviewed by a blonde lady in a commercial for Gillette, but apparently it was never a blonde lady. So, what is going on here?
Oh, I thought it was.
Is it
I remember
possible
he
that
catches
somewhere
the
in the
baseball
past we switched timelines
that almost hits
into
her
an
in the head.
alternate reality, or is this just a big coincidence?
It's
Today, we're
coinky-dink.
going to deep dive into the Mandela effect mystery, the simulation theory.
Look at the reflection. The lights are on, but the lights are not on.
A small town in Utah that seems to be connected with all of this, and videos, pictures, and evidence that will shatter absolutely everything you thought you knew about reality.
I wonder where in Utah.
In our everyday lives, we usually do not tend to pay attention to the little details that surround us. Things like when you get home, you put your car keys in that same specific place every day.
Every time,
That's
yep.
basically on automatic. You don't pay attention to that. The same thing goes for when you're checking your phones, breathing, walking, or even insects that surround us. We usually do not tend to pay attention to the small details, but it's when one of these things gets out of place or glitches that we start looking for a plausible explanation. And it's when we don't find one that we start getting that strange feeling as if reality shifted somehow. But that's impossible, right? Or is it?
Why is she frozen? Bob, I'm tripping. What the?
In 2010, a paranormal researcher by the name of Fiona Broom reported having a vivid and detailed memory of news coverage of Nelson Mandela dying in prison in the 1980s.
I never remember hearing
And even
that,
though
but
she was pretty sure that this is what happened,
I know that's how it got its
it
name.
never did. Nelson Mandela actually died in 2013. But here's where things start to glitch. Millions of people also remember Nelson Mandela dying in the 1980s.
Huh.
At the time, this strange phenomenon was coined as the Mandela effect, and nowadays there are countless examples of people remembering past events differently from what they actually occurred. So what happened a decade ago that people started remembering these past events differently? Did we really shift timelines, and is there any evidence of the
I think we
Mandela
could've.
effect?
I noticed that the Berenstain had said Berenstein in that room, but I come out here into just the normal other part of the house and it says this. So just so you know I'm not crazy, I'm going to show you as I pass through this doorway what happens.
Perhaps one of the most popular Mandela effects is the Berenstein Bears book.
You're not going to show it?
The book was released in January 2003, and millions of people remember the title being written with an E, as in Berenstein Bears.
I collect VHS tapes and I specifically look for animation. And I think most people know about the Mandela effect. We end up remembering things very differently, but now I'm not so sure about what is the truth.
However,
got an
officially,
E.
it was never with an E, it was with an A, as in Berenstain Bears. Now this could be a coincidence or maybe a collective false memory. If it weren't for the fact that thousands of people actually remember learning how to write the name of the book with an E, because it was sort of difficult or out of the ordinary.
Right.
Strange, isn't it? But it gets even stranger when a couple of years ago, a YouTube account actually captured this Mandela effect happening in real time.
Okay, let's see
Check
this.
this out.
That has an A out in the kitchen or whatever
I
outside of the
bought it a
room.
long time ago. My cousin painted that picture. It used to be hanging over here. I've decided to move it over there. I put this over here just for the hell of it. I'm only bringing this up because until I had done those two things, things were normal inside of this room right here. So as the night I did this, it was just a couple nights ago, that really weird stuff started to happen in that room, and things, I thought I was going crazy. I thought I was seeing stuff. So I'm doing this video so you guys can see, and I'm gonna show it to you live. This book, this is one of my nephew's books. I'm going to show you as I pass through this doorway what happens.
Stain.
And it's weird. All right. It happens when it gets in the room.
Oh,
See it?
whoa.
And then back out here. Normal. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. And then normal.
Did you see that? If you watch closely in the video, as he enters the room, it becomes Berenstein Bears with an E.
Yep.
And as he gets out of the room, it goes back to Berenstein with an A. Really, really creepy. And at the time, people were completely baffled by it. Some, of course, believe that this could be CGI or special effects.
Well, it could
and
be, but...
However, many others state that this might actually be the real deal for some mysterious reason. But when it comes to Mandela effects caught on video, it doesn't stop there.
That's really
and
creepy,
Elle
though.
Woods is like all pink, all color. She's got pink outfits, pink fuzzy pens, pink purses, and of course a pink convertible. And no, it's black. Like the whole movie, it's a black convertible.
In one of my past videos, I featured an internet account by the name of the Thought Police. In his videos, he is somehow able to capture a glimpse of this parallel dimension or different timeline that we're supposedly living in
Laughing
by
cow,
using a
cheese,
very
I
old
know
phone
that.
that he has. And in one of his videos, he not only captured the Berenstein Bears book being written with an E, but he also captured a chilling event that ChatGPT and many others recall differently. About 10 years ago, Mr. Sports 12 uploaded a video to YouTube that later on became one of the greatest internet mysteries. The video itself is already very mysterious.
I remember this video.
In it you have Evan Longoria, the baseball player, talking to a reporter. In this video, something strange happens. Check this out.
I mean, I love our chances. You know, it's been. Man, guys, keep it on the field.
In this video, Evan
I
somehow
remember that.
predicts a baseball coming directly at them and catches it without looking. Needless to say, internet users were completely baffled by this, and the video amassed millions of views and thousands of comments. Now, even though most internet users agree that this has to be a glitch or maybe a superhuman ability, this is most likely a commercial for Gillette. Nothing strange about that, right? Wrong. Here's where things take a really, really dark turn. Millions of people remember the reporter being blonde.
I thought she was. I
And
didn't
so
think it
does
was a black woman.
ChatGPT. While talking to ChatGPT about this commercial, it actually replied, "My apologies for the confusion. The woman you are referring to is actually named Emily Austin. I did search for her, and this is Emily Austin. She was a former sports reporter and
That's
was featured
how I
in the Gillette
remember it.
commercial
That's
with
what I
Evan
remember.
Longoria that aired in 2016, says ChatGPT. Strange, isn't it? But it gets even stranger. On January 2023, an internet account by the name of the Thought Police uploaded a video related to this bizarre commercial. Apparently, he had been uploading several videos related to the Mandela effect, and this is because his old phone can supposedly see through an alternate reality, and this is what he caught on camera. Did you see that?
No.
Through his old phone, it's still a blonde reporter,
Oh,
just
okay.
like millions of people
Yeah.
remember.
Well, maybe
And
it is
not
a
only
commercial
millions of
and they
people,
recorded it with
ChatGPT
different people.
included. What is going on here?
I think that's what it is. It's
But
just
when
a
it comes to
commercial and they
Mandela
did it with other
effects,
people.
it just gets
I don't think
creepier
that's anything.
and creepier. Experts and researchers on the topic have found a very
They do
interesting
different
way to
versions all the
filter
time.
out coincidences and collective false memories from Mandela effect events. And this is by searching for Mandela effect residues. This means that if it indeed happened differently in the past, there should be pictures, videos, photographs, or any sort of evidence other than people's memories. And to my surprise, I found many of these residues in videos and pictures out there. Beginning with Britney Spears. Millions of people remember Britney Spears dancing with a microphone on one of her video clips, Oops, I Did It Again. But apparently
I would
she
know
never
on that
did.
one.
However, I remember her using a microphone or a headset, asking myself, why the heck is she using a headset on a video clip? Apparently a lot of people also asked that same question and remember the same thing. And not only that, there's loads of residues when it comes to Britney Spears' Mandela effect. Dolls, clothing, TV series, it's all there.
It'd be so oops, I did it again.
But when it comes to Mandela effect residues, there's one that's going to take your sleep away for sure. And that would be the Thinker, a sculpture made by Auguste Rodin in the 1800s. Now, officially, the statue has its fist on its chin. However, millions of people remember him resting his fist on his forehead. And I do too.
I remember
and if the Mandela effect phenomenon were to be real, there should be hundreds of photos of people posing next to the statue differently than what it is today.
I remember it on the chin. Let me know what you remember. I remember the chin.
You'll find countless pictures of people posing next to the statue differently. Not only that, in 1989, IBM released a personal system 2, and in this commercial, you'll also see them portraying the statue differently. People selling this statue on the internet also recall differently, and it's not just one or two. So what's going on here? This can't be just a coincidence.
Well, I must have been in the other timeline that had it on the chin.
I could go on for hours talking about these residues, such as the Monopoly guy. I'm pretty sure he used a monocle.
I thought I remembered a
monocle
monocle.
too. Luke, I'm your father.
No, I am your father.
Strange, isn't it? It's not just one little example, it's several different types of situations that just keep piling up and no one knows why.
There's a snake in my boot.
Some people believe that back in 2012 something happened with our world and we shifted into a simulated reality.
Oh God. This is so good.
I've been trying to figure out how to do this. It's a real glitch in the Matrix live. I'm moving closer to my front window where the sunlight would supposedly come in. But there's no sunlight coming in and hitting that light, right? So I'm holding my phone, I'm just gonna walk closer and closer. And as we walk closer, look at the reflection. Damn it, I had the phone plugged in. Look at the reflection.
Okay, yeah. It's all lit
up. The lights
up.
are on.
That's so
the
bizarre.
Lights are not on.
Now, even though the idea may seem a little far-fetched, I'm going to show you guys videos, pictures, and evidence that may actually prove that it's not. But before doing so, let me explain very quickly how this simulation theory became so popular.
In viewpoint by a sufficiency of people. More likely the Matrix world.
To better understand the simulation theory, I guess it's very important that we mention Philip K. Dick, a man that was definitely ahead of his time. In the 1960s and 70s, Philip released several different novels and short stories, and some of them you may probably know, even if you haven't heard
Blade
of
Runner.
them. Movies like The Matrix, Inception, Blade Runner, Minority Report, and many others were all based on his novels. Now, Philip didn't just come up with these strange and mysterious ideas. Apparently, he was having visions and paranormal experiences, and along the way, he was trying to put it into words so that he could pass this along.
I claim to remember past lives. I claim to remember a different, very different present life. I know of no one who has ever made this claim before, but I rather suspect that my experience is not unique.
Now, even though Philip's ideas and books were considered unconventional for the time, many of them became a reality later
So
on,
that's way
such
before
as the
the Mandela
internet.
effect.
In one of his books, he predicts
Or
that
it
by
was even a thing.
1992, the world would see something called the Internet of Everything. Not only that, he also predicted the self-driving car, virtual reality, 3D printing, facial recognition, and the list goes on. It's as if
Whoa.
Philip's ideas weren't that crazy after all, and maybe he was
What I
onto
still do
something.
not grasp, however, is how one reality out of the many becomes actualized in contradistinction to the others. Perhaps, again, it hangs on an agreement in viewpoint by a sufficiency of people. More likely, the Matrix world, the one with the true core of being, is determined by the programmer.
Now fast forward to 2003 and you have Nick Bostrom, who argues that we may not tell if we're living in a simulated world or not. This is mostly because he believes that a conscious mind, meaning that we can't prove nor disprove if we are already living inside of a simulation.
Guys, how the f is the airplane not moving? It's just sitting there.
I've seen that
is that
before.
doing that?
I think
But
that
here's where
could be
things
a
take a
blimp
really
or
strange
something.
turn. Around 2012, Professor James Gates was studying the string theory, and apparently he found computer code embedded with it. And here's how he explains it.
So you're saying as you dig deeper, you find computer code?
Some of those
like the Matrix? That's what you said.
Some of those codes are showing on the screen behind you right now. They don't look like codes, but these pictures, which we call adinkras, are graphical representations of sets of equations that are based on codes. So this is, in fact, to answer your question more directly, I have in my life come to a very strange place because I never expected that the movie The Matrix might be an accurate representation of the place.
Strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now this does
I
not
really don't
prove
like
that the
that guy,
Matrix
though,
is
Neil
real,
deGrasse
but it does
Tyson. I
raise
really
a
don't
lot
like
of
him.
questions. And if we put together all
If
of the
he's on
evidence,
TV,
it
I
points
turn the
out to the
channel.
fact that for some mysterious reason, nature's been glitching somehow, and people are starting to realize it and even capture it on camera.
I'm witnessing a glitch in the Matrix, and I swear to God, if this squirrel doesn't come back out, I'm gonna have a panic attack because if you see his nose, I'm not going crazy. Oh my God, wait, stop it. There's nothing there. There's not a grate there. There's not a grate there. Where did this just come from? What the He just came out of nothing!
It's just the way it's standing there, I think.
Never thought I'd see it in the wild. It's incredible. How is it still alive?
Oh, wow.
30 seconds ago, I just caught something. I'm losing my mind right now. Please tell me what I just saw. Like, look at it, analyze it. What did I just catch on the moon? I'm losing my mind.
Huh.
Oh my God. What did I just video? Oh my God. Oh my gosh. What was that?
Now when it comes to unexplained things caught on camera, from 2010 onward, you'll find countless
UFO.
videos of glitches in the Matrix. Most of these videos have a really good explanation, or sometimes they're fake. But if 10% of them are real, then that's already enough for us to start scratching our heads. And this is sort of what happened with an internet account by the name of Gems Dublin on June 2023. Taking a quick look at James Dublin account, you'll see that he uploads videos of him singing or producing music. However, there's one specific video where he captured something chilling on camera.
Looks like it's opening up. And then it's gone.
Did you see that? All of a sudden, the entire environment and sky changes color and somewhat glitches. After the video was published, it amassed millions of views and thousands of comments, and internet users were completely baffled by this. However, some internet users suggest that this is caused by a concert nearby. Some people suggest it was The Weeknd that was possibly testing the lights for his show. But I'm not exactly convinced that a concert light can change the sky and the environment's hue and color like that.
That's
and
crazy.
apparently it's not just me that's not convinced. James Dublin and many other internet users stated that there were no concerts nearby, and some even reported seeing the same thing early in the morning. But when it comes to glitches in the sky, there's one particular video
That's
that
almost
left the
like a
entire
ship
internet
or something.
baffled. On a very bright
Big
and beautiful
craft.
day, a woman steps outside of her home and spots something that she couldn't quite explain, and this is what she caught on camera.
Where?
That mountain looks like it's...
Where are the clouds? Where are the clouds?
In the video, we can see what looks like the shadow of a cloud being projected on top of a mountain. However, there is no cloud. So what is going on here? At the time, internet users suggested that this was just burned grass or something like that.
Yeah,
and it kind of makes sense.
It's kind of what it looks like for me.
But the next day she goes outside and shows the same mountaintop, and there's absolutely nothing on it. Other internet users
looks a lot
suggested that this
different.
could be a legit glitch or possibly an invisible spacecraft or something else entirely. But I'm not too sure. To this day, the video remains
Yeah,
a
that looks
complete
way
mystery,
different.
and no one knows
That's
why this happened.
bizarre.
But when it comes to Mandela effects or glitches in the Matrix, one of the best videos out there
Could you
would
imagine
be
if that just
of the
opened up?
MH370 Malaysian Airlines flight.
Sorry? You don't know what it was? No.
So what do you see on...
It's a plot. It's a plot. Unidentified plot.
Now, if you're not aware or if you do not remember this story or case, it happened
I
around
don't know about it.
2014, more precisely on March 8th, 2014. Now, the plane was leaving Kuala Lumpur International Airport, destination to China. The plane last communicated with air traffic control around 30 minutes after takeoff, when the flight was over the South China Sea. And it mysteriously vanished,
Okay, I do
leaving
remember it.
absolutely no trace of it.
Right.
And even after years searching for debris, nothing was found. There is absolutely no evidence whatsoever of what happened to this
Yeah, they
airplane.
never found it.
Now, if all of this wasn't already very strange, it gets even stranger. On August 2014, a video was uploaded to Vimeo, a video where you can see an airplane in an infrared camera being approached by 3 mysterious orbs, and all of a sudden, it vanishes. Check this out.
If you were that pilot, if I was that pilot, I'd be freaking out right now. Yep, they're
I
gone.
found at least 2 different angles of this airplane being approached by these mysterious orbs, and at the time, many people, including me, thought that this video was CGI, and it could be. But the fact that there are multiple angles makes it more difficult to debunk and even to produce a CGI video. Not only that, in 2014, Royal Malaysian Air Force Chief Rodzali Dodd spoke of an
And it
unidentified
kinda
blob
flashed.
that the military radar captured
Wow.
on camera right before the MH370 vanished. And this is what they had to say.
Okay? Corroborating this. 0215. I'm not saying this is MH370, okay? It is, we are still corroborating this. We are still working with the experts.
So what are you saying it was?
Sorry?
You don't know what it was?
No.
So what do you see on
It's a plot. It's a plot. Unidentified plot.
Now, this doesn't prove that the video is real or that the airplane was taken to an alternate dimension. However, it makes things even more mysterious. And for some reason, a couple of days ago, the video and the topic became a viral thing. Everyone's talking about it. And apparently, no one is able to debunk these videos. In other words, they could be real. But if they are, where did the airplane go?
That's so freaking weird.
But when it comes to the Mandela effect, there's more. A couple of weeks ago, several videos started popping up of strange things happening around Bluff in Utah.
I don't necessarily believe we live in a simulation.
Bluff, Utah.
After visiting Bluff, Utah, I can't rule it out as a possibility.
In the past few months, there have been a couple
gotta
of
be
videos
southern
of people
Utah.
who've been to Bluff and reported seeing and experiencing things that they could not explain.
Can't explain it to this day, but what I'll say is that, not saying it's like a skinwalker or anything.
Now here's the
like that,
thing
but I will
about
say
Bluff. It's a really small town, known for its rich history, stunning landscapes, and outdoor recreational opportunities. The town is located near the iconic Bears Ears National Monument, which is renowned for its unique rock formations, towering mesas, and stunning desert landscapes. If you look at pictures and videos in Bluff, you'll see that this place looks a bit like it's coming out of an X-Files movie or maybe some other planet. And when I searched for more information about Bluff or anything strange happening there, I found absolutely nothing, which makes things even more mysterious.
We live in a simulation, but after visiting Bluff, Utah, I can't rule it out as a possibility.
While staying there for a couple of days, an internet account by the name of Cat Soup with Doug explains vividly how he felt as if living inside of a simulation, and what he describes really feels as if we're inside of a Truman Show movie or something like that. This is what happened. Check this out.
I necessarily believe we live in a simulation, but after visiting Bluff, Utah, I can't rule it out as a possibility. We got to the hotel, it was a portable building. Like when your elementary school got too small for all the kids in it and they put extra buildings out back for the teachers they didn't like. That was our hotel room. But that doesn't prove anything. It didn't even make me start thinking weird. But it's what the front desk lady said that everyone else in town said to me too that got me wondering. We went to the little market and we got a variety of things, candy bars, some stuff to make sandwiches, drinks, bread. We got back to the room, we noticed everything had expired 2 weeks earlier. And those things don't have the same shelf life, like bread and Coca-Cola and a candy bar all expiring 2 weeks earlier at the same time. And when we tried to check out, the lady at the counter said the same phrase that the hotel clerk said. Went to the one restaurant we found in town, and the waitress, we'd ask her questions like, hey, can we get pickles with that sandwich? She would say, I don't know, it's my first day working here. We went to the cashier, I asked her if I could add a tip onto the bill. She said, I don't know, it's my first day working here. I tried to check out with all my expired food at the market. Credit card didn't work, and the lady's like, I don't know what's going on, it's my first day working here. The front desk lady at the portable building of a hotel took over an hour to find our reservation because she didn't know how to work the computer because it was her first day working there. I'm just saying, if we are living in a simulation, I think no one had traveled to Bluff, Utah in a few years and it hadn't been rendered in a while. When they saw me coming, they just rendered it real fast and nothing quite worked.
Strange,
Oh
isn't
my
it?
hell.
But it gets even stranger when the soft-spoken shaman uploads a response to this video, and this is what he had to say. Check this out.
You know, it's really funny that I should come across your video right now. I went on a road trip to do all the national parks in Utah. back in September 2019. I just sold my house that I built in Joshua Tree, California. And of course, it was kind of, in hindsight, it was kind of like a glorious time. Life was good. It was free and easy, you know? So I was driving down from Moab down to, you know, Monument Valley in northeast Arizona, southeast Utah. And I stopped in Bluff, Utah, just like you, and I experienced the weirdness. Nobody said it was their first day, because I didn't talk to anybody. It's just the things you see, right? I stopped in Mexican Hat, Utah, which is about 25 miles away, to see a rock formation that looks like a sombrero. On the way driving there, I saw a girl hitchhiking. Looked like maybe a 16 or 18-year-old Native American girl. She had her hand out like this, her thumb up, like she wanted to ride. And I had a Mustang at the time, 4-seat, but I had a lot of stuff in the back seat and I had a lot of stuff in the passenger seat. Otherwise I would have stopped. But I was still thinking about it like, maybe I can move some stuff out of my passenger seat. I'm real glad I didn't stop, because literally 10 or 12 miles later, I saw the exact same girl with her thumb up, hitching a ride. Guys, can't explain it to this day, but what I'll say is that, not saying it's like a skinwalker or anything like that, but I will say this is, especially in far-flung, out-of-the-way places like that, be very careful who you interact with. Be very careful who spawns at a time where you're
man, that gave me chills.
To this day, I can't make heads or tails of that, but I'll tell you, I saw the girl twice, and in the space of that time, which is maybe, I don't know, it's hard to remember, maybe like 8 or 10 minutes, how could she have walked or sauntered, you know, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 miles in the heat of southeastern Utah?
It's really hot there.
Where it's still 90-some degrees.
And what makes this all even creepier is the amount of different people all over the world saying the same thing, that they've experienced some sort of Truman Show feeling in these specific places. More precisely, in what they call the four corners of the United States. So what's your take? What do you really think is going on here? Is there a possibility that we're already living inside of a simulation, or maybe interacting somehow with alternate realities? I want to know your thoughts. And don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe with notifications on for more videos like this.
Yeah, I think there's other worlds, other realities. That's the only thing I can make from it. My dad had an experience driving truck that he told me about. He said he was driving along and he stopped and picked up a hitchhiker, just like that guy said. And it was a guy, and he was sitting there, we're driving along, talking to this guy for a long time, you know, and everything. And he looked out the window and looked back, and there was nobody there. Where'd the guy go? Was it in his head? Did he make it up? Or what? And then, like I've told about this story before, but when I lived in Arkansas, I went to Walmart late one night, because they were open 24 hours. And it was only like 15, 20 minutes away. And I took this road that I had taken before, no problem. Coming home, I hit an ice storm. It was really bad. And I went off the road a couple different times. And I had to call a tow truck both times. Same tow truck driver came both times and got me out. It took me all night to get back home. And where I ended up, I don't know how the hell I ended up there. I ended up like 10 miles clear out of the way. And I don't know how I did it. I would have had to go right past my house. And I don't see how I could have done that, because it was just raining. The visibility was fine. It's just the roads were extremely slick, because it was ice, an ice storm. But I'd traveled that road before, and it was a straight shot. I don't know how I ended up where I ended up. I ended up near the town of Conway, and I lived in Valonia, and where I was going was a different direction than that. So it's really, really bizarre. I think there's something behind it. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Now, it's time for a joke. You know, it's really easy to stop women from eating Tide Pods, but it's really hard to deter gents.